Uh, so after understanding how the interview said on the process by which a bill becomes the law, here there is an explanation with some details that will help understand this process. The bill starts as an idea and it is passed to both House and Senate who refines the bill. So the bill might be either introduced by the people or by a member of state or the House. Uh, it must also begin in the House or in the Senate and be presented to both House and Senate. The bill then is referred to as a committee. So one wonders who sponsors the bill. A sponsor of the bill is the first member of the House or Senate who is introduced among the lawmakers to be taken as in consideration. The committee has much work to do on the bill, including preparing meetings, understanding point of views from people, so trying to collect some feedback from the people about the bill. Then also the bill might pass or might fail. So let's see the process by which a bill gets to pass or it fails. Later on, there will be a preparation of meeting. Then both House and Senate will vote for the bill. So there will be the debate about the bill. Then later on, they will conclude whether depending on the votes, then it will go directly to the president. The president has to sign or veto for the bill. If the president denies, then the bill is returned back in the uh, House and the Senate for both House and the Senate. They might vote again for two of the third, or the bill might be the bill might die. That's also there are also a lot of some bills that get denied, then they die as that. So here, this video will continue with the checks and balances. Before we've talked about the three branches of the government, mainly legislative, executive, and judiciary. So one wonders how do those three branches that have power also kind of separate? How do they share the power and also divide the power? The US Constitution outlines the three main branches, namely legislative, executive, and judicial. The executive one is headed by the president. The legislative is made of by Congress, while the judicial is about the Supreme Court. So, as said, all three branches share the power, even though it might be seen as they are separate. This means that each branch can check others' branch action and make a balance of its own actions with relation to the other branches. For example, legislative, which is led by the president, which is led by the Congress, oversees the bureaucracy of the executive branch. If, for example, the president has taken a decision that is not fair, then the legislative branch, which is made by the Congress, they might deny this decision taken by the president. So the president also, on the other side, nominates federal judges, even if the judicial branch can find some unconditional laws that were made by legislative branch. So sometimes, if legislative branch also decide on some laws, then the judicial might see unconditional or unfair laws to the population. Hence, they will need to take a balance of their work, then take into consideration with other branch activity and work, so as to complement each other. Uh, so continuing with, as we've talked about, there are mainly two big parties. So there is also the third party, and one wonders what is the role for this third party in the elections. Even though in the politics of the United States is ruled by two-party system, sometimes the third party has influence on the elections. Since sometimes the party system system obtain the elected option positions, the third party rarely win election but can shift the national attention to particular issues that the elected president needs to solve. This means if there were some issues that were not considered during the elections campaign, so the third party sometimes they point out those. Then the candidates from both big parties, Democrats and Republicans, will start mentioning those in their campaigns. Hence, that is their big influence. Also, the third party can influence election outcomes by taking the votes from one major party to another. This means if there is a candidate trying to get votes from the population, then the third party will consider the plans that a certain candidate is having and is trying to explain to the population. Then the third party will point out their point of views. Then sometimes it might take some portion of votes from one candidate to another, hence leading to the outcomes out of the elections. So thank you very much for your kind attention. And here there is the reference list that were used when preparing for this video. I hope this will be very helpful. Have a nice day.